Hello guys, this is Val from Core Conservation, and here's another video from the lab. Here we have a piece of brick or a brick floor tile, half a brick floor tile, sitting in water for over 2 days. And on top of this we have various thicknesses of the Rinzaffo MGN lime Roman waterproofing base coat. We can see on the right hand side we have the plain brick here. And then we have a 5mm, a 10, and a 20, approximately 20-25 millimeter section of the Roman waterproofing base coat. The 5mm is an under spec thickness. Normally we recommend the two thicknesses here as 10mm thickness for above ground walls, for freestanding walls, and 20mm thickness for underground walls, basements or cellar where we have liquid water penetration. This scenario obviously is a liquid water penetration case because we have water sitting in this tray, or had it for a couple of days now. If you look at the color of the bricks, we can see it's shining from water, and we have basically water in the tray, as we can see. So we have liquid water just a few centimeters, about what, 5-6 centimeters, 50-60 millimeters, 2 inches under the brickwork, under the plaster coat. The 5mm coat, as we see, it's darker in color, but to the touch it feels completely dry. It's absolutely dry, it's completely dry, feels dry, and it is dry. And the other two coats, the 10 and the 20mm coat, is lighter in color. Now the moisture content of the masonry is monitored through a number of sensors. We have an ambient humidity sensor outside of the tray. This measures relative humidity and temperature. And we have the same type of sensors. We have two sensors here measuring the moisture content of the brick. The lower sensor is very close to the water. The upper sensor is a bit further away from the water level. Then we have 3 surface sensors measuring the moisture content, the vapor content, which comes through the Rinzaffo MGN Roman waterproofing base coat, through one sensor for each thickness. And then we also have a depth sensor inside halfway into the plaster coat. All these data through the sensors, from the sensors, go up and up into this professional data logger. This is a Tektronix data logger, can measure, take all these values and display them in real time. The data can also be downloaded and analyzed further. Now what we have on this screen, we have 3 graphs. The blue one at the bottom is the ambient relative humidity, just the room humidity, and this varies between 40 to about 55% depending on day and night conditions. So on average it's about 50%, just around 50%, 50-55%. Under that we have the orange sensor, or sorry, the orange line, which is the 20mm Rinzaffo MGN Roman base coat. So this shows that the material is breathable. You have a higher humidity content, higher than the ambient humidity content, but the surface is dry. So the material breathes, but the surface is dry. Now the green line, which is the 10mm, the thinner coat, obviously this has higher vapor penetration coming through, so the vapor content is slightly elevated in comparison to the other two, but it's still not bad. So it's around 70% relative humidity, between 60 to 70% relative humidity. And just for comparison, I'm going to show you the 5mm base coat, which has this dark brown color as shown earlier, and this one is in the around 93-94%. So the vapor content obviously is high here. Again, it is completely breathable, but as mentioned earlier, when we touch this darker color coat is completely dry, it doesn't feel damp at all. However, the vapors are coming through and it's a breathable material. This Roman volcanic base coat is excellent for any demanding application where we are dealing with damp and salty wall fabric and a lime-based solution is needed where the breathability of the wall fabric must be maintained. This coat is applied on the material directly, so there should be no other plaster coat underneath because this is the base coat, so this should actually have to grip to the original brick or stone material, and additional plasters can be applied on top the normal white lime decorative plaster with a finish. And what this does, this stops the liquid water, stops all salts including chlorides, sulfates and nitrates, so salts will not go into the material, it will not destroy it, and will keep the plaster surface above it completely dry long term, and it will make the plastering significantly longer, last significantly longer from a few years when the surface is damp and salty. Very commonly the plaster starts crumbling after a few years. This will prevent that and will make the plastering last virtually decades, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, really a long time. Hope you found this video interesting and useful, and see you at the next video. Thank you for watching.